What we doing here? Hmm? It was good to see people's opinions on the health subject that we touched on yesterday because it lets me know that people know right from wrong. So that was good to see. And sometimes, like I say, you just need to see it to get active. Because it's easy to just push it to the side and say, nah, man, I'll do it tomorrow. I'll do it the next day. But just find that motivation, get yourself up, get yourself outside, whether you're training inside, and let's get busy, man. It's goal time. But today, a lot of people have been messaging me, asking me, like, what's my top 5 mixtapes? What's my top 5 songs out of the moment? Music related stuff, which I love, because obviously I've got a passion for it. So I thought to myself, today, I'm going to give you my top 10 mixtapes from 2005 to 2015. And then I'll circle back around and do 215 to 225. So, but before we get into that, we all know by now, Sean Kinky Combs got himself just over 4 years. He served 14 months so far. So probably just got over a 2 to go, but no, he'll probably be out in a year. You know how it goes. Money speaks volumes. So, but yeah, man, I don't know how his career looks for him when he gets out. I don't know. He was close to being a billionaire, if I'm not mistaken. Hundreds of millions, but I'm assuming that's going to affect him to some extent. We don't know. But he's been found guilty, he's been sentenced. So, 50's trolling him already. He's all over it. 50 Cent's like the top troll. You know what I'm saying? So, we know about Billy Billions, 39 years. There's an argument to say that it's a corrupt situation with police in his case doing some suspect stuff. You get me? So I hope he finds his way out of that situation. A lot of people like to push the narrative when people are found guilty that, you shouldn't be doing this, you shouldn't be doing that. And they're not wrong to say that. But remember, once upon a time, you was doing wrong. We all was. So we just have to be held accountable. And when these people are being held accountable and being found guilty of such things and such crimes, and they got such numbers on top of them, we're going to talk about mental health one day, but just not yet. But yeah, man, let's not be so quick to point the finger, especially when we was the ones doing bad once upon a time. But I'll leave it there. Now, my top 10 mixtapes, rap mixtapes from 2005 to 2015. And I've put them in an order where it's by the year. So from 2005 to 2015. So it's just a little bit easier. It's not my order of my 10, but it's the year of the order. You know what I mean? Makes sense? Cool. So number 1 is Joe Black. And it was called Pedal Bike Diaries was the project. It was released Now here's the thing. Blacks, you're my guy. But I'm sure this one was released 2004, 2005. But because it made such a statement and an impact in our culture, it just has to be there, innit? So even if it was the end of 2004, it's 2004/2005, yeah? You're my dog. All right. Second, Swiss, Pain and Music. And it's good that you lot go and look up these projects if you haven't heard of them before. Because these 10 I'm naming are vital projects to our scene, to our culture. Shaped our music, which it is today. So shout out to all these artists on the list. And let me know who should have been on the list if you don't hear their name mentioned. Because I know you're going to do that anyway. So Swiss, Pain and Music was released in 2005. You had the songs like Cry and, but check it out. Gigs and Dubs was number 3 with Hard Bodied. And that was 2007. Again, a mixtape that shook the streets. Everyone on the streets was playing it. Enough hits on there. And you have to give credit where it's due. So that was 2007. Now, I hope this don't sound biased, but what can you do if someone's releasing good music? You just have to put them in there. So Giggs is in there again at number 4 with Blade Brown, and you know that was the Hollow Man meets Blade Brown project. Again, 2007. You can't deny it, man. It's like you could leave it off, but replace it with who? With what? These are impactful projects, bro. How can we leave it off? Now, number 5 was K Coke with Pure Coke Volume 1, but I messaged Coke earlier because I was unsure of the year, but I feel like it was 27, 28. Was it later? I hope I'm not far off, you know. Let me know in the comments. But again, a time in our scene, documented, crazy project, crazy songs on there. Make sure you lot know it, but if you don't, just check it, innit? Number 6 was DVS, 1 in a Billion. Take a sip of my tea. The projects that I'm naming, I believe, are projects that will stand the test of time. There's no biasness. There's no hating on anybody. I'm just saying it for how it is and what it is. So DVS, 1 in a Billion, released 2011. Let me know how you lot feel. Number 7, J Spades, More Money, More Pagans, Triple MP1. 2012 was the release year for that project. And Reaps will tell you all the time, J Spades had the summer of all summers that summer. Crazy, 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 crazy. And I think, my opinion, I feel like, I don't want to be negative. Shout out J Spades, you already know. I feel like when him and Stormzy had that little clash of words, it kind of interrupted J Spades' motion. Now, correct me if I'm wrong. I might be way off. But that's just how I remember it. So shout out Stormzy also, you already know. It's the bro. Pot of Paper was at number 8 with Training Day. And that was 2013. Now, being locked in the system, there's certain projects that I played, they're on repeat, morning, lunch, night, you just hear them. And Pot of Paper's Training Day is definitely one of those projects, bro. We all know the talent that he is, and we salute what he's gone on to do, the achievements he's made, the accolades he's met. But that project there, cold. Number 9 was Krypton Conan with Young Kings, again released in 2013. Now, Krypton Conan once upon a time might have been on some kind of grime wave, but the reality is when it came to punchlines, you couldn't find better people in rap than them too. And that project Young Kings, if you remember, there was a time, was it the Otis? I think did they have more views on their Otis version than Jay and Kanye? Let me know in the comments, but no matter what we say about Krypton Conan, when it comes to rapping, comes to making music, they're top tier artists. So we have to big them up. Simple, you know? And last but not least, number 10, Nines, One for In. And that was 2015. Now, we all know Nines. It's crazy. When you look back at these people's catalogs, and that's when you realize, like, yo, you lot had some serious music. And I salute it. You lot had some serious music. And it's now that I'm at this point in my life where not really putting myself in the rapper category, just more of a spectator and a supporter. When I'm looking through people's catalogs, I'm saying, you know what? Yeah, man, that weed must have been strong, because I was clearly, don't get me wrong, I always used to be argumentative and all about competition, but I'll get into that in another segment. But Nines, salute my bro. That project there was crazy. I think the Highly song sticks out to me the most on that project. And that was 2015. So like I said, that top 10 list there for me is my top 10. That's my opinion. Let me know what you lot think. Leave it all in the comments. We'll get round to doing 2015 to 2025, which is obviously current now, at some point. But you know where we're at. It's the landing, man. Make sure you subscribe. Make sure you go back and look at all the other segments I've done as well, because I think this is like segment 33 or 34 right now. So we're moving, man. But big up everybody supporting.
Fanatics.
Draw me out, that could pay in the pig. I'll be on your roof, call me Saint Nick. Caesar with me too, going ape shit. Gorillas in the zoo, we had to break shit.